we are so excited. There is a workshop being taught by Milbre Burch, and we are going to learn about the charms and challenges of genre in storytelling. That will be on Saturday, October 9th, 2021, and that is 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. But don't worry, you can see that link down there below. There you'll find a time zone converter at storycrossroads.org/all-things-story. So Milbre, so grateful for you to teach this. So many genres in storytelling. How many genres do you think there are? I mean, you can only fit so many in this.
And we have not fit them all. There are multitudes of ways to tell a story. And having come to storytelling from a movement background and a theatrical background and a great love of stories that I knew chiefly through books, I was very interested in all kinds of stories from the earliest time in my career. So I had to sort of wrestle with the various genres to figure out how best the story wanted to be told. And this workshop is a compilation of those ideas that I've been thinking about from early in my career. And so I've revised this workshop with resources over the decades because I've learned more about what I do, which is what happens when you're in storytelling for the long run.
Right. And I love about that wrestling effect. I think that's what we all do. We have to wrestle with it. And wrestling doesn't have to be a bad thing. It could be a great thing. And that discovery, that journey is so wonderful. And by the way, everyone, she does revise her handouts. There will be a handout with this. And I saw it. It's 11 pages. This is info dense, but you will still have time to ask questions and interact. So don't worry. It's not going to be lecture. It is going to be just fantastic. And even if you've been in the art a long time, maybe this is a chance to kind of relook at those, or maybe look at maybe some of the obstacles you were facing and never did certain genres, or maybe you'll be more committed to the genres that you tend to specialize in. Who knows? Now, I would like to know a little bit more, Milbre, about your background that makes it possible. I mean, you gave hints that you've been wrestling a little bit, but more specifics like your education or your family background that might, influence this.
Well, I did grow up hearing certain family stories, and I say in a concert called In the Family Way that family stories are like the air around you. They're so familiar, you're unknowing that you're breathing them in. But I fell in love with fairy tales at a very early age, and they grabbed hold of me, speaking of wrestling, and they never let me go. I came to storytelling from a kinetic theater background and from mime and dance. So I was essentially a mime who got tired of the quiet. And the crossroads, speaking of story crossroads, the crossroads of language and gesture was really what moved me. Just like someone else might play guitar in their storytelling, or someone might use a second spoken language, for me, gesture is an important language in my delivery of stories. But I did find that some of the stories that I was trying to learn and tell would say, just sit down and listen to me, instead of first you have to do this and then you have to do that, So the stories have taught me so much over the years once I learned how to listen to them. And I think that commitment you talked about to whatever genre it is that appeals to you is so important, because the stories have so much to offer us, and sometimes more than we imagined, if we just dig a little and sit a little and do a little research. We find out how much more depth and texture there is in a story, or we find out that collector really put their spin on the story. If I read it over here, it doesn't say anything about that, which is why doing some investigative work as a storyteller is such an important part of what we do to make a story ours, or to learn that in some cases a certain story is not ours to tell.
Right. And that's just as important to discover. Well, I know we are all excited. So again, when is this, everybody? This is Saturday, October 9th, 2021. That is 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Mountain Time. But once again, that time zone converter, you just go to that link, storycrossroads.org/all-things-story. And until we tell again.